What's going on? What's going on, fam? This is Chris with Food for Your Thoughts. I know you're having a wonderful day so far. If not, you will after this presentation, right? Because it's all about investing more time in your purpose, your mission, your life path, leaving no stone unturned, and really, just taking everything serious. We all been lied to on a mass level, right? So right about now, it's all about unlearning all the lies, right? And relearning our own personal truth that works best for us, right? Leaving no stone unturned, okay? Because we all have to grow through our own personal transformation and atonement process so we can become the best version of ourselves each and every day, okay? So I'm just another reflection of you in different time and space, letting you know, like, hey, you got this. But I'm here, part of my purpose is to give you a quick tune up, right? So you can tune into yourself, your own inner voice, your intuition, your own energy. I hope that makes sense so far, guys. All right, but we are back continuing our presentation series with the anatomy of the human avatar. And today, guys, as you can see on the screen, is all about the three worlds in your mind, because everything starts in the mind first, the unseen realm, before it manifests in the physical, right? So why not, let's start with the mind, right? And everything, if you don't know by now, everything's interconnected. Earth is a school. And so I'm gonna jump right into it. I could just leave this just like this, right? Go ahead and screenshot it and just, end the presentation right now. But I'm gonna give you my own personal key facts and my own takeaways, and then I'm gonna get you out of here. Everything's interconnected. This stuff is very important because, once you know who you are and why you're here on the planet, and why are these, these different organs within your body are very important. They are targeted too. You are under heavy attack, okay, through the air, water, and the food each and every day, because people lack knowledge, okay? They don't have a clue what they're putting in their mouth. I was there too. So part of my purpose here is to help enlighten and inform, to raise the energy, frequency, and vibration on the planet, to give people some right knowledge, and to share my ups and downs, with you, and some of the tools that I use to help me level up on my hero's journey as well, okay? So, hey, it was tough for me, but the people that have been through a lot, they have the most to share, okay? So please remember that the ones that go and grow through the most, these are the people that are gonna have the most to share, at the very end. If not, early on along their journey, because you're gonna meet somebody just like you that went, that's going through that same situation that you went through, and by you going through it early, right, you'll be able to, share your opinions and your experiences, and hoping that it will help them, to elevate their thought too. Okay, so that's what it's all about. So without being long-winded, guys, we're going to jump right into it. And as always, we know Earth is a school. Our purpose and mission require learning a whole bunch of life lessons, right? To gain that experience, knowledge for our souls grow. So if you've been doing the same thing over and over again, listen to your parents, your grandparents, and you can see all of the effects, from all these institutions, none of that stuff works. It's okay. We all been there. So it's never too late to rewrite your story and to really access new information that's going to help you level up, right? Instead of being stuck on the same level. As you grow, you're going to share your knowledge and wisdom with people. You're going to help lift people up, not tear them down. So, either you're going to do, good things by people, or you're going to tear them down. It's no in between, okay? So you'll be able to really see these individuals, okay? The fruits, in your life is going to pour over. All right, so as you grow through your own personal transformation and atonement process, you're going to bear fruit. Okay, so a good tree always bear fruit, right? So that's what you're going to see pour over in your life, right? But most important, like I said, trust your own intuition, and also everything matters. Earth is a school. And so, and what do I mean by that? With any school, you got principles and guidelines that we have to live by, so we can have our own personal homeostasis or balance within ourselves, right? It's all about ourselves, okay? But as but the most important thing, just follow your own biorhythm and flow in life, okay? Each of us have our own biorhythm that tunes into the universe. We have our own frequency. We have our own personal relationship with the universe, right? Within us, right? I hope that makes sense. Taking all the mystery and spook out of this stuff, we all have our own personal relationship with the universe, or you want to say the God within. So it's time to nurture that relationship and love yourself from the inside out so it can reflect from the outside in. Okay, all right. But make sure you pay yourself 10% first. They're playing games with the the money system here, but as you get your money in, fam, make sure you pay yourself 10% first before you pay any bill. Even if it's 10 cents, $1, $10, $100, pay yourself first, okay? And then you're going to use that money after some time, right? You probably want to sit in a whole life policy because you'll still have access to that money. It's like an advanced saving account, so to speak, and you'll be able to use that money as you as you will. However, but pay yourself first, but you want to use that money for your next investment, so and that way you can have some some working capital for yourself. All right, but it's all about being intentional with everything, being the cause in your life instead of waiting on luck. We create our own luck because we stack up all these causes because we're going to do right by people. We're going to share valuable information that can really help them and transform their lives, right? Instead of just entertainment, we're gonna help people, okay? And once you help people, they have no choice but to want to do something back for you because you did something for them. I hope that makes sense. Giving and receiving, right? And that's what it's all about. And also, as we get ready to lead things in and give you my own, key facts and takeaways, learn these 7 hermetic principles. If you need help with that, Ralph Smart on YouTube can walk you through that. Type in Ralph Smart 7 hermetic principles. He'll walk you through that thing. Anything that you learn, guys, you got to watch it at least 3 times so it can really go into your subconscious mind. One or two times will not do it. You got to do it at least 3 times. So I'm giving you an advanced cheat code with learning to elevate your thought process and your learning. Go over things at least 3 times if you really want to lock it into your subconscious mind, okay? All right, we talked about nature, your name. If you need help, go back to some of my previous presentations. We talked about the life path number 2. And also, if you need help with your natal chart, astroseek.com. I promise you they're going to take care of you. So let's go ahead and start from the top left, and we're going to work our way over to the right. And then I'm going to give you my own takeaways, and I'm going to get you out of here, okay? So when it comes to the mind, remember, all is mind. Everything starts in the mind first before it manifests in the physical, okay? So when it comes to the mind here, we have what? Upper Egypt. And in between Upper Egypt, we have nature. This is earth plane. Earth, they call earth Midgard, or the middle garden, okay? And then the Upper Egypt also consists of heaven. This is the cerebrum, right? And this is what people call the most high in religions, right? It's the high brain, okay? Right? It's all about levels of consciousness, fam. I want to help tie, put all this stuff, tie this stuff together, okay? Because a lot of these books, they don't have pictures, so I'm putting pictures to words, if that makes sense. Oh, one more thing I forgot to mention. If you want to follow along again, guys, George Carey Works, okay, and also The Occult Anatomy of Man by Manly P. Hall right here. And then most importantly, to get you on a higher frequency with your thought process, we have the Emerald Tablets of Thoth, the Atlantean by D'Oreal Books. Again, this is the Emerald Tablets of Thoth. This is Tahuti, right? By D'Oreal Books. Okay, so please get this. It'll help unlock some of your DNA codes within yourself to help you remember who you are and why you here and what had happened was, right? You'll start to tie these things together versus just hearing them from me or many other people, okay? Because there are many other people that are sharing this similar story, but from their point of view. But it's your job and your responsibility to tie things together like a big puzzle, right? And what does it mean for you from your point of view? It's all about how do you see things versus just blindly believing. So let's go and continue. So between heaven and earth right here, if you focus here, we have in between, hovering between, this is nature, Mother Nature, okay? She is in between this realm here, okay? Then leading on down, we have the solar plexus area. And I put a note here for you guys. And every 28 days within your solar plexus, the Son of God, the seed that Jesus, that Christ seed, right, is born every 28 days in your solar plexus. Don't quote me on this. And normally this seed is born when the moon hits your sun sign. Okay? All right? So again, when your moon hits your sun sign every 28 days, when the moon gets into your sun sign, okay, that's when that seed is born. Don't quote me on this, But every 28 days, you have this Christed seed that raises up with your Kundalini energy, root chakra, sacral chakra, all the way up to your crown chakra, right? To give you some DNA activation right up in here. That's where you see that dot, right? And that'll help, you know, open things up so you can start seeing things for who and what they are, like myself, okay, versus saying, hey, you a black man, a white man, Mexican, right? You'll see beyond their appearance and you'll see me for who I truly am, okay? But leading on in, we got what Lower Egypt down here. This is the hell, so to speak, the ego, the I am, all right? And big shout out to Khalid Ma'at Atman Ra, Sunblood Weather Updates. You know, he been really schooling people on learning more about their DNA, their anatomy, and these different, you know, systems within the body that they are strategically being targeted each and every day because people lack knowledge of self. So speaking of that, we got the endocrine system here. You know, we're going to line this up with Upper and Lower Egypt, okay? So this endocrine system, you got the pineal gland, pituitary gland, okay? You got the thalamus also, you got the parathyroid gland, as you can see here, guys. And also our ancestors, we put our signature in everything, okay? So that's, you know, with any inventor, they always put their signature, right? And you'll see it translate in any and everything that was ever, you know, created. You know what I'm saying? So as you can see here, you can see, you know, the statue of the Egyptian priest here, you know what I'm saying? You know, he got it tied into the endocrine system here. You see the similarity, symbology here, and everything. This is all sacred geometry and syncretism. If you need help, you know, training your eyes with sacred geometry, Brother Sanchez TV on YouTube, he can help you out. This brother very passionate about that. Okay, so if you really need to learn about sacred geometry, just train your eyes and see the symbolism and everything. He's very good at that. Very passionate. I really appreciate him. All right, and also, lean on down, you got the thyroid gland targeted all the time. You hear people with thyroid issues all the time, right? Why? And most people don't know why and investigate. Like, okay, how can, there's a cause for every effect. So how can I treat the root cause? What is causing this issue for me to have these thyroid or these illnesses or disease, right? So when you backtrack and do cause and effect, you'll figure out like, oh man, it's the food, it's certain kind of water, or it's the toothpaste because it got fluoride, things of that nature. You get what I'm going? So, and also literally on that, you got the adrenal gland, the pancreas, the ovaries, the testes. And as you can see here, guys, you know, the signature is in everything. This is the this is divine love, live life, right? This is just creation. This is energy, frequency, and vibration. This is the everything, okay? This is you, okay? All right, leading on in, the sacred geometry and everything. Let's go over here. We got, again, guys, it's all about levels of consciousness, okay? The high brain is all about, you know, that's considered heaven, because remember, heaven and hell is a mindset, okay? All right? You know, everything starts in the mind first, the spiritual realm, before it manifests in the physical again. All right, the cerebrum, the most high brain, and you can see the alignment here where you have Osiris, and also with the Ptah poles here, and you can see it lines up here, right? Sacred geometry, guys. It's all here. And then you also have the circle of Willis line right up in here, guys. Right? Sacred geometry. Different, cardiac arteries. You got the middle, artery, cerebral artery. Okay, you got different arteries within this circle of Willis here. And you got Osiris, right? Everything is right here. All right. And then, you know, with the Ptah, this is, you know, your thalamus, your hypothalamus, right? Makes sense so far? And the brain is the Garden of Eden. I say correctly, the Garden of Eden, okay? And then the very bottom of the brain down here, right? You got the sprig or acacia, right? This is your cerebellum, the ego I am, all right? And let's bring it on down. When it comes to the trinity of the brain, right? It consists, you know, everything's interconnected like a, you know, string of Christmas tree light, you know, all right? So when it comes to the trinity, guys, the core trinity within your human avatar consists of the brain, the heart, and your reproductive system. This is the true mother, right? But they erased the mother with the Holy Ghost or the Holy Spirit. But how can you bear a child without a mother, fam? You got to use some common sense. Sometimes common sense ain't so common, right? But the mother's always been there. It's time to put, you know, the divine back into, you know, the creation, okay? So, but it's mother, father, son, which equals which is the law's word, okay? Leading on in. You got the ventricles of the brain, guys. And remember, your mind is your garden. So what are you putting in your garden? Because your output is what you see in your reality. It's always been you. You've been responsible for everything that's been happening, to you, right? All right. So now that you know better, you're gonna do better. Okay. So what you got to be intentional with each and everything. There's a cause for an effect for each and everything in your life. Okay. So now that you know that one thing, right? What can you do to help elevate yourself? It always starts with personal growth, knowledge of self. What can I learn about myself? All right. So let's go continue to lead on in. I'm gonna get you guys out of here. Same thing here with the high priest when it comes to the brain, guys. We got the lateral ventricles, okay, which lines up to the statue of the high priest here. You see, I'm lining everything up. You got the anterior horn. You also got the ventricular, right, section of the foramen, right, and then also you got the third ventricle. This is called the seat of the soul, as you can see right here, guys. Seat of the soul. This is you. This is the true you. Okay, within. All right, leading on in, you got the cerebral aqueducts, and then you got the fourth ventricles here, and then you got the central canal. I'm just lining things up for you guys. And as you can see here, the dome room with the hole in the floor that you've been hearing about and all these different mysteries, this is just at the base of the skull here. This is the foramen magnum. Okay, you guys heard of this before, and all of this information is in the book, but there are no pictures in these books. I'm putting these things straight off of intuition helping me piece this together. All right, so shout out to the ancestor for making sure I crack these codes in my DNA so I can remember, to help you guys remember as well. Okay, because this stuff. I'm just here to help you remember. Okay, all right, but let's continue to lead on in, and then we're gonna break, give you my own personal takeaways. I'm gonna get you guys out of here. Okay, so at the end of the day, guys, things are not what you think they are. Things may not seem what they really are, what they appear to be, in other words. So learn to see beyond the appearance. Okay, and in my experience, guys, many of you guys are highly attracted to numbers. I love numbers, and numbers is the hidden language of the universe. Okay, and as you can see here, I got mathematical intuition, and that's all it is. Your intuition is a sacred geometry. So are you listening to your heart? Are you really listening to your heart? And the people that don't see the things that you see, they still stuck on this physical plane. But the true you see things for what they truly are. Everything is energy, frequency, and vibration. So it's time to raise yourself up from your root to your heart chakra. If you are at the heart, it's time to elevate your butt up to the crown, so you can tap into your true self. So let's talk about this Jacob's ladder so you can tap into your Christ consciousness, and I can get you guys out of here. Okay, so when it comes to the Jacob's ladder, guys, let's start from the base. It's all about grounding yourself. Who are you? Who am I? Why am I here on the planet this time? What can I do to help uplift the overall frequency and vibration of the planet, so I can remember, okay, and get out of here. I know Earth is a school. I don't want to come here again and learn the same lessons. I want to do something different, right? So it's all about grounding yourself. And then as you ground yourself, we've been talking about a lot of these things: awareness, feeling, discrimination, love, expression, vision, divinity, time. You got time is an illusion, but when you in the present moment, you control your own time. It's all about tapping into your soul, transmutation, connection to yourself, that yin and yang, right? Polarities, right? Been talking about that. Similarities, freedom, kundalini, mastery, abundance, clarity, knowledge, creation, manifestation, assignment, peace, wisdom, enjoyment, forgiveness, fam, faith, grace, and this taps you lastly into the principle of the 33rd. That's when you know that I am, but there are more levels of consciousness than 33 degrees. There are 360 degrees in the circle. This is only 33. So you got to keep growing, fam. But at this level, that I am the master of my own reality, and I'm here to have a human experience. I'm just a reflection of, we are all the different aspects of the universe and different times and space, just to learn different lessons and to just experience life. Okay, so when you have that doubt, all you got to do is just, read John chapter 10, 34 through 38, or you can read the whole chapter. I recommend that too. And also to support yourself with Psalms 82. This is going to tap you into knowledge of self, your Christ consciousness, and so you can remember who you are and why you're here on the planet at this time with the scarab beetle when you tap into your I single, because you know that, hey, the true story of Christ is about you, okay? When you really read the book, all right, guys? But the eyes are the windows of the soul. You can, it's input and output, okay? So when people look in your eyes, they can see who you truly are, and then vice versa, okay? But again, guys, as we sum things up, as above, so below, as within, so without, as the universe, so the soul. It's time to turn our thoughts inward, not outward. Now find the light soul within, fam. Know that thou art the master. All else is brought from within. I repeat, you really need to find that light soul within, fam. Know that you are the master. All else is brought from within you. So it's time to grow to the realms of brightness. Now hold your thought on the light and know that you are one with the cosmos. There's no separation. They told you that. All right. We are one with the cosmos, a flame and a child of the light. The Emerald Tablets of Thoughts. It's time to unlock the universe within you, fam, because you are your own universe. Generator, operator, destroyer equals your true self and manifestation. I hope that makes sense. And material items gonna come and go. You can make a lot of money, get a lot of cars, jewelry, fame, fortune, whatever you name it, but what does that mean? That's why you see celebrities kill themselves all the time, because they lack knowledge of self. So but when you know who you are and why you're here on the planet at this time, and that stuff, and you can duplicate that, okay? So most importantly, learn those 7 Hermetic principles. I promise you, these are the cheat codes to the universe. It's going to give you that balance that you need. And also, when things are not going right in your life, it's okay. But you got to remember, you got to balance your polarity, okay? There's a good side, not so good side. You can't be happy and sad at the same time frame, right, fam? So as we close, guys, these are my takeaways. It is a well-known, physiological fact that the blood is the basic material in which the human body is continually built. I repeat, blood is the basic material in which the human body is continually built. So every 28 to 30 days, your body is basically rebuilding itself based on the food that you've been putting into it. So if your body isn't turning out right to your liking, you need to change the input for a better output. So switch up the food, the water, right? So you can have a better output. But you got to give things like 90 days, right? That way you can give a proper assessment, and then you can refine and repeat the process, figure things out. But you're gonna find that sweet spot on your own, okay? No cookie cutter recipe here, okay? But as in the blood, as is the blood, so is the body, right? As is the body, so is the brain. As the brain, so is the quality of thought. Now scientists have discovered that there are dormant and underdeveloped brain cells in the cerebrum. I repeat, a lot of people right now believing in Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny, Tooth Fairy, they have dormant, underdeveloped brain cells. And the people that run this realm, they know this stuff. And they use the air, water, food as a weapon, okay? So please educate yourself. So now, there's nothing that we can do. We're in the age of Aquarius. The information is coming out. Things are changing. There's a new frequency on the planet. So when you know better, you're going to do better. But the cerebrum is the upper brain, the seat of the soul. Like I said before, that it's the moral faculties within you. And also, this is the key when touched with the vital force set free through the process of physical regeneration by saving that seed that we talked about, guys, that's in that solar plexus, right? So a lot of you guys doing that semen retention, okay? So make sure you be intentional with what you're doing it for, okay? All right? But it's all about you. But it's all about your personal transformation atonement process, okay? But this is that baptism in that ointment, that Christ oil that raise up your spine, that Kundalini energy, right? Raise up and pop open that pineal gland and make that thing glow, right? Let it glow, right? So, but anywho, you got that substance is going to be lifted, right? Lifted up. That's why you hear that term, lifted up your spinal cord. and it's gonna be crucified, and it, this is that substance wasted by the prodigal son, that righteous living. But you knowing better, you saving that seed and you taking it up to the most high brain that we talked about, right? That most high brain, and everything is interconnected, fam. So these are my personal takeaways. I'm gonna get you guys out of here. Okay, 1, the human body is divided into 3 major parts, and in analogy with the universe, without, it's composed of 3 worlds of 2 that I mentioned to you guys before. So we got heaven, earth, and hell that we clearly illustrated over here, right? So up and down basically is based on point of view. This thing is changing, so if you land down, your earth, your point of view could change, right? So that's what it's all about. So up and down, left, right, all this stuff can change based on what are you doing at that moment. 2, nearly all religions teach that God lives in the heavens outside of you somewhere, okay? And excuse me the members are taught to believe that God is above them, outside of them somewhere. This is an anatomical myth, okay? And like I told you, this is nothing new here. If you to the channel, guys, the true temple of God is within you, okay? The kingdom of heaven is within you. Solomon's temple, built without sign of saw or hammer, is you, fam. It's the human body, the human avatar. So now you know better, you're gonna do better, right? But the temple on the mountains is the skull and its divine contents, which is your body, fam. All right, next, 3, the head, that's heaven. That's the north part of the spine, the North Pole, Santa Claus coming down the chimney, right? You got it, right? And this is also the home of the gods in man, like I told you before, John chapter 10, 34, 38, Psalms 82. Okay, read. All right, next. And then this is gonna lead, letting you know that the head and the spine is also symbolized by the lotus flower in different religions. Children of children of Israel in the wilderness, right? Children of Israel in the wilderness, Jacob's ladder. We got all these different stories. And why did they do that? Because they knew if they didn't put things either into like story format or into like nursery rhymes, over time we would forget the knowledge, because the level of consciousness was getting to a low state. I hope that makes sense. So through rhymes and riddles and mysteries, we were able to preserve our ancient knowledge. I hope that makes sense so far, guys. All right, let's get ready to close things out. But this is your Jacob's ladder, which equals your 33 vertebrae. All right. And next, 4, you will ascend in consciousness as you go up the Jacob's ladder, and really tap into your 7 chakras. Okay, it's all about your intent. Okay, so you can have this knowledge, but if your heart ain't right, you're not going to tap into higher consciousness and higher different realities. Okay, but go through these 7 chakras and it's going to reach the temple, which is the skull of the mystery initiation, the foramen magnum that we talked about over here, guys, right? And also this is the atlas, the upper room, right? The upper room, right? And then 5, Jesus plus the 12 disciples. We talked about this before. It's actually 13 disciples, because with the Christ it equals 13, the completion. All right, but the 12 convulsions of the brain, they send these messages out to the earth below, which is your body, right? And then 6, every religion has a sacred divine river, right? You got the Ganges, then you got the Jordan, the Nile. All of this equals the spinal, column, in your body, fam. All right. And then as we get ready to close things out, the science is out. Everything is interconnected, and everything in your body has its own intelligence, fam. Every cell, even your spinal, column, your spinal canal, has its own intelligence. Okay, so we've been taught that everything is separate. Is not. Clearly, okay. As we get ready to get out of here, we got the pineal gland. This is the eye single, that third eye, right? This is the biggest thing that's under heavy attack each and every day, without due to lack of knowledge. Okay, all right. But this is the connecting link between yourself and the divine. So if you feel like you just don't have no connection to the God within, that's because your pineal gland may be calcified. Okay. So I repeat, so if you just feel like your vibration's low, is because this thing is on a heavy attack. You got to eliminate the fluoride, okay, and the tap water, all right, most importantly. And also work on yourself, okay? Eat cleaner foods, Okay, I hope that makes sense. But this thing vibrates, and a lot of you guys feel this, and you may think it may be like a headache or something, or you may just feel like a little buzzing. All right, but this thing vibrates and most people activate it when they're angry. When you really pissed off at somebody and you want somebody to call you, that thing will start buzzing. That's the best way I can piece it together for you, because I had to illustrate that to my niece and it made sense to her. And then that person will end up calling your butt just like clockwork for some reason, if not in that moment, but in due time, right? There are no accidents or coincidences. As we get ready to get out here, guys, lastly, we have the pituitary, the pineal, and the thalamus. These are your three kings, and this is what gives rise to the serpent from the forehead, which is in the crown right up here that you see, and most of the statues, right? And this locks you in. All right. And lastly, this is the biggest takeaway. Man's body is slowly dissolving back into the brain. What that mean, Chris? That mean a lot of you guys, the energy, frequency, and vibration, Mother Nature, Mother Earth, Mother Universe, all the ancestors, there's a new frequency on the planet, fam. And each and every one of you guys, that's the only reason you're viewing this presentation right now, because you want to know, like, hey, I don't want to leave no stone unturned. I want to know about everything. Okay, that's how I am too. But right now, you guys are tapping back into your higher self, your true self. All right, that unity consciousness, that one. So guys, this has been my own personal takeaway when it comes to the anatomy of the human avatar, when it comes to the three world, and basically kind of like a book review, when it comes to Occult Anatomy of Man and George Carey works, guys. But get those books so you can get your own point of view. These are my own personal takeaways, but this will help really unlock a lot of cheat codes for you guys, okay? Because these books don't have pictures, so I put in the work. But if you appreciate that content, drop a thank you. If you love to donate, Cash App is down below, okay? It's all about cause and effect. But we will be back. We will talk more about the spine in our next presentation when it comes to the anatomy of the human avatar. All right? Be sure to click that like, subscribe button down below. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. Earth is a school, right? Our purpose and mission require learn a whole bunch of life lessons to gain that experience and knowledge for our soul grow. As you grow, you're going to share your knowledge and wisdom with people. You're not going to leave people on second base when you're on level 55, okay? And the people that's been hoarding this knowledge, they just don't understand that by hoarding the knowledge, they basically setting themselves up for, for failure, basically, unless they start sharing it right away. Because there's a cause for everything. Higher law, higher degrees of correspondence. But people lack understanding because they think, they just going through the lodge, right? All right. But when you know better, you do better. But as you grow, you're going to share your knowledge and wisdom with people. Trust your own intuition. Stop blindly believing people outside of you. God is in you, the universe. You are your own universe, right? Trust your own inner voice, your own energy. Everything matters. You're not going to get away with anything. Okay, it's time to take responsibility for your own life and stop blaming the devil for everything. You are the devil. Your lower nature is the devil. All right, but it's time to tap into your own godhood. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Follow your own biorhythm, your own flow. Pay yourself 10% first as you get your moolah in. Be intentional. Be intentionally on purpose each and every day in your life. Okay, learn these 7 Hermetic principles. I promise they're gonna take you far. You'll thank me later. But guys, this is Chris with Food for Your Thought. Until next time, we'll be back with another presentation. Stay grateful and focused, fam. Peace.